chairperson of this technical session on technological framework for safe and secure cities, Sri Suresh Kumar, Joint Secretary, Central State Minister of Home Affairs, my esteemed panel members and friends. I've addressed this gathering long time back, I think 2-3 years back, and after that I've not had the occasion to address this SecureIT. Over the last few years, a lot of developments have taken place. A lot of things got consolidated, which was there in our mind. It was not consolidated. And as the chairperson of the technical session has already elaborated that we are still in a nascent stage and we ought to go a long way. Besides being in a nascent stage, we still don't have a technological framework on which we can take the country along on a very, very simple, cogent, clear-cut, precise counter-terrorism mechanism. The difference which you have seen between 9/11 and 26/11, I think it is pretty well known. Post 9/11, which is supposed to be a watershed in modern human history, we saw the administrative integration of nearly 23 departments finally ending up in the creation of Department of Homeland Security in October 2002. And henceforth, with the enactment support of Patriot and Stafford Acts, we are where we are. And the only exception to whatever can be an excellent tribute to Department of Homeland Security in the US has been the Boston bombings, and that also the way they reacted, responded, and they were able to get on to things has been something very, very commendable. In a different manner, our response has been totally different. Now why, can I have this, God listening? Why US has been able to respond in the manner it did and we have responded in the manner we do is precisely for the same reason that the backend processes were in place when the 9/11 incident took place. So they decided that working on silos did not serve the purpose, and integration of these 23 databases broadly on the large scale and any number of data structures below, that integration was very, very critical and crucial to the system which they envisaged. Added to that, the new technologies like geospatial technology, there's a GeoConOps, there's a complete exercise on how geospatial technology supports all the operations which we imagine, visualize, and we execute. If 9/11 has been the biggest negative example of usage of digital technology in this world, then the Abotabad operation has been the single biggest positive demonstration of digital technology in this world. You take it from radar, you bring it to anywhere. When the man shoots at the guy and takes a permission from the White House, this is what technology can deliver. Nonetheless, it's people, process, and technology. So that linear progression has remained, will always remain. So we're talking about the backend processes, backend databases, the thought processes, the integration. So US was at a state of what we call as the plug and play mechanism on 9th of September 2001. We are still not at a state of plug and play mechanism. We can put any number of policies in place, we can put any number of directives in place. But if we are not able to generate the data which we aspire of, which we are desirous of, and play around with the data, what we talk in terms of predictive policing, we talk in terms of pattern analysis, we talk in terms of big data. Big data is a fanciful word. Nonetheless, it is also a very real word. So we have to bridge the gap between the reality from the tangible, from the intangible to the tangible. So our technological framework for safe and secure cities has to be crystal clear. And this is with this intention that I prepared this presentation, and this presentation is based on a concept paper which was initiated in the year, I think, 2011 in FICCI, and has gone through a lot of criticism, agreement, disagreement, and finally has reached a level of consolidation where there is no dissent at this particular point in time that this will be able to sort out nearly 80-90% of the issues. It is not exhaustive, it is neither exhaustive nor illustrative in nature. Nonetheless, it is functional and has the capability to deliver what the Indians are desirous of. So Homeland Security is the philosophy, blueprint, and future of policing globally. It is not picked up from anywhere. This is my statement. And first initiated in FICCI conference here in Delhi itself. It has by now gained huge amount of momentum. 9/11 has been a watershed in human history. What changed with 9/11 is the perception of the nature of organization, the usage of technology, the responses, the consolidation of activities, and spread of mechanism needed to thwart the ever-growing terrorism the world over. The faster you understand, the easier it is to respond. The faster you understand that everything works on a technological framework. Policies, access, privileges, the combinations of policies, combinations of technology, and your capability to have an aggressive stance all depends on your expertise, your skills, and your capability to play around whatever is given to you. We have natural resources in abundance. We have not been able to play around with those natural resources, and we are where we are. So this is what changed after 9/11. We have a megacity policing since the year 2005, and the megacity policing basically fixed our whole focus of Indian police on 7 megacities: Delhi, Bombay, Calcutta, Madras, Bangalore, Hyderabad, and Ahmedabad. And from there emanates our whole thought process that these megacities and the vital installations and criticals in those megacities are the criticals of the nation. They affect the economic growth of this country. I think 40-50,000 crores we lost on 26/11, and also it is a direct attack on the sovereignty of this nation. So from this megacity, it went on for 5-6 years, finally got subsumed into modernization of police forces scheme, and it is being operated under the modernization of police forces scheme. Connecting the city would be a national network, and it will be easy to return to normalcy. There are still gaping holes in the technology, and basic issues related to execution, backend process, and robustness is still a big question mark. So there is a need for a technological framework for safe and secure cities. The technological framework which I initiate is command and control centers, interception system, city-wide video surveillance system. And then you have the TETRA, terrestrial trunk radio, geospatial technology, ERP, RDBMS, and integration of legacy systems. So we start with the command and control center. So it's broadly integration of radio, video, text, images, graphic through a command and control software. C4I has been a standard command and control center mechanism across the globe. The C4I started with command, control, computer. Now the computer has changed over to computing. So it's computer and or computing and communication. And C4I started with interoperability, when interoperability was a great issue. It was supposed to be a technical challenge, it was supposed to be a bottleneck, it was supposed to be insurmountable. Now interoperability is no issue at all. So interoperability has changed to intelligence, or interoperability and or intelligence. So this is broadly the type of command and control center we are looking for, a creation of a C4I command and control system. Sorry. Moving on to the interception system, what NSA has been doing, all of us are aware of. We don't intend to replicate what NSA has been doing, not we have the capability to replicate whatever they have been doing. So that's a different story altogether, but certainly we should have a capability to monitor and penetrate any mode of communication, any mode of storage, based on the policies, the laws under which we operate. It need not necessarily be that if we are not getting into the large-scale interception systems, whatever little interceptions we are doing, there we are completely aligning to the laws and rules as applicable. So it should also be on a real-time basis, and upgradation and scalability has to be inbuilt. So until it is done on a real-time basis, and that gets connected to our databases. There was an attack in Denmark, which was available, the whole thing was available on Facebook 6 hours before the attack took place. What you can generate out of the information on the public domain is just unimaginable. We know people who can write scripts on Facebook and can give you details which are unimaginable, and we talk of privacy and confidentiality, as they say, it is already in the public domain, there is no issue of privacy and confidentiality, and by no law of the land you will be able to catch them. So broadly, your understanding of the whole data and whole data process and the connects of your functionality and of the technology is what will take you to places, and not a very ideal ready-made copybook solution. There cannot be a ready-made copybook solutions in this world ever. And that is why with best of the capability from 2006 to around 2011, they took around 6 years for intelligence collection. Then adapt and align and put the technology in consonance with the requirements, and finally from a technology wherein you basically make the radars non-functional to a technology of DNA profiling. Literally any technology in this world has been used in the Abotabad operation to near perfection. Regarding video surveillance, the less said the better. The word lives on video surveillance is something like a metro rail all across the globe, but the quality of what we provide here, there and everywhere. So it depends on whatever utility you get. The best of the evidence possible in most of the terror attacks across the globe has been through video surveillance, has been through CCTV networks, but there is a world of a difference between a CCTV network and city-based video surveillance system with video analytics. We don't have it in any country. We don't have it in any city in this country. Place like London and Moscow, I think they have cameras ranging between 50,000 to 1 lakh. Suffice to say that in a place like Bangalore, to which I belong, I think all the CCTV networks which are already available, if that can be connected into a bigger network which government controls on basis of access and privileges, I am confident of the fact that we will be able to cover around 35-40% of the area which we intend to, and also cover around 35-40% of the threat perception, or 35-40% of the supposed targets of the terrorist attack. I'll just add a simple point when we're talking about counter-terrorism, is that there's something called a security audit, and the capability of the security audit of the installations which are likely to be attacked and our response is somewhere directly proportional. So technology for CCTV networks, inbuilt video analytics, and it's a deterrent and a must. What I intend to project is that the 7 cities, intra-city and intercity, gets integrated into a national network, which I call as the Integrated City-Based Video Surveillance National Network. Or national, I think, has come later, it should come in the beginning. Nonetheless, this is what I intend as a conceptual level, wherein at a national command center, you will be able to literally see whatever is happening on different parameters. Next is the Tetra radio network. Tetra radio network is terrestrial plan radio. It is parallel to GSM, created by the same European Technological Union, and has been successful in nearly around 7 countries. It failed in Commonwealth Games, and Tetra still eludes India. That's the only public safety network which can be successful and which will be successful. It is a matter of time. We are not accustomed to creating integrated systems. We can buy TVs, we can buy cameras, we can buy computers, we can buy servers, we can buy whatever. But the point is creating an integrated system. That becomes extremely difficult for Indian vendors and Indian MNCs. And we also don't have the skills to create that sort of a system that you have a terrestrial trunk radio network. One India, one Tetra, one India. So that is what we intend to create. At least 7 cities can be on one single network. One single equipment can take care of around 45,000 users or customers or whosoever. It was extremely successful in Beijing Olympics. Correct. Geospatial technology is the third eye. It is the highest end of GIS. It is the imagery which is unimaginable. With 35 resolution, I think we literally find out where you guys are seated. And thermal imaging can help anti-natural light operations in a big way. I'll not like to comment anything on that. But it is a technology which can certainly completely change the way we look at the problem and the way we would respond to the problem. Correct. So this is the terrestrial trunk radio public safety network led by the police. It has got all the different stakeholders, disaster management, medical and the like. As a complete integration of all communication. It is any gadget to any gadget. It is literally any gadget to any mode of communication. Data, SMS, photo, graphics, whatever you name it, the high quality voice, data and other inputs. So Tetra eludes India, as I told you earlier. Geospatial technology is where the conventional inputs, we don't get the actionable data. It will provide you the actionable data. It is critical to planning, preparation and response. There has been good usage of geospatial technology in the armed forces at the defense side, but in the internal security very little we use. So that is where we are stuck up, and I think not only a normal dose, the overdose of geospatial technology would help a large part of our constraint of resources and our capabilities to deliver. It's a great tool for regulation, enforcement, monitoring and supervision. So this is the ERP. ERP, when I wrote this ERP, or talking about ERP, this is got something called a police IT, which is an ERP solution. Over the last 2 years in discussions on this Homeland Security initiative, I finally realized that the Homeland Security architecture will take things like our complete ERP, that is the police IT. It will also take care of the land grid project. It will also take care of all these command and control systems I'm talking about. And based on this, you will come to a Homeland Security architecture. US also does not have a Homeland Security architecture as of now. There is something which is at the stage of vision. And that vision, we will have to take it further. RDBM is all know, but we should not miss out on the intellectual property which we have created over the legacy systems, and that is what we are talking when we talk about integration. Where the biggest catch, if you are able to do a couple of these things which on the technology side, managerial response to war on terror is a big gap. It talks about the huge gaps in learning skills, human resources should outmatch the technical system. Technical systems today are complex and we have to outmatch, which finally means utility is how best we utilize. Utility is what we derive. The systems are there, the databases are there, lot many things are there. Innovative methods of outbound learning and change management, differential levels of technologies and differential levels of mental frames. So this is where we stand. These 6 technologies, how do we integrate? So we have a command and control center of the 7 cities, at a command and control center for the nation, command and control for the nation, and you have for all the 6 technologies, interception system, video surveillance, for Tetra, geospatial, and for Homeland Security architecture, and finally, all of them integrating into what I call as the National Homeland Security research base and incident support system. So this is what we aspire of. The beginning of grandiose plans set to have a transformational impact on the Homeland Security scenario of the country is yet to be made. The world's best buildings were a blueprint a day. A blueprint is the first to crystallize our thoughts and it could take a large number of revisions. Nonetheless, it has to start. Time is running out. Thank you.